Okay, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. MotoGP is back. The summer break is over and it's back to business in the B-Win Grand Prix of Austria, round 13, the first of 10 races in the next 14 weeks. And this weekend, a very special occasion as Sunday will mark the 1000th Premier Class race since the very first one all the way back in 1949. For the Thursday press conference, we are joined by our top three riders from the last round in Brno, just before the summer break, led by Ducati Lenovo team rider Marc Marquez. Marc, 19 wins in 24 sprints and Grand Prix so far this season, a double winner in the last 5 Grand Prix to lead the World Championship by 120 points. An incredible first half of the season for Marc. To his right is Aprilia Racing's Marco Bezzecchi. Marco 4th in the World Championship, 2 podiums in the last 3 sprints and Grand Prix, and a winner here 3 times in Moto2 and in Moto3. Marco was 3rd here in the MotoGP race back in 2023. And we also welcome a big weekend for Red Bull Catering Factory racing rider Pedro Acosta. Pedro 7th in the World Championship, a brilliant Brno for the Spanish rider, 2nd in the sprint, 3rd in the Grand Prix, and Pedro Moto3 winner here back in 2021. Gentlemen, welcome to all three of you. You look like you're all recharged and refreshed after the summer break. Marc, we'll start the press conference with you. As always, an incredible first part to 2025. You've achieved so much in your career, but amazingly, you've never actually won here at the Red Bull Ring. Do you feel it's time to put a tick in that box this weekend?
I think you are the, I don't know, 1,000 people that you
I thought so.
that you ask this kind of question. But of course, we will try. Of course, we will try to fight for that victory. But in the end, the main target is try to rejoin the championship in the best way possible with the same inertia we get that last races. And yeah, as we can see, I lose 3-4 times against red bikes. Now I'm riding the red bike, so let's see if we can achieve it, but it's not the main priority.
Marc, with a 120-point lead now in the World Championship, I think you said yourself from Brno, it feels like this is your championship now to lose. Is the approach the same, or does having such a big lead allow you to perhaps take a few more risks in some situations?
Of course, starting the second part of the season with 120 points advantage, the only one can lose the championship is you. And I need to control myself, and I will need to control myself in some races because you cannot be the fastest out there every session, every practice, and every race. So that is where I need to control all that situations, but in the end, the character mentality is the same as I showed the first part of the season. Try to do my maximum every weekend.
And just finally, Marc, we saw on social media, it looked like you had a very relaxing time in the summer break, but there was a little bit of work involved as well. You did test at the new Balaton Park circuit in Hungary. We're back there next week, of course. What were your first impressions of the track and what do you expect?
Yeah, we went in Balaton Park testing with Panigale before, and yeah, it was a nice day because we were all Ducati riders there, and we know the track. It's not a very difficult track to know. I mean, because it's a small track, but I like it. I like it because in the end, in a championship, you need to have a different kind of tracks. You need to have a track like Assen, for example, flowing and fast corners, and this kind of circuits where it's more stop and go. So yeah, we enjoyed, and yeah, we already understand there who was faster on the sectors. I was fast in T1, Alex and Fermin in T2, then Pecco was super fast in T3. So yeah, let's see.
So there's already been a good battle between the Ducati riders in Balaton. We'll look forward to that next weekend. Best of luck to you this weekend here in Austria, Marc. We'll come on then to Aprilia Racing's Marco Bezzecchi. Marco, as you mentioned, you've got a very impressive record here in Austria. Wins in Moto3, twice in Moto2, and a podium in MotoGP here 2 years ago. What is it about the Red Bull Ring that you like so much?
Well, it's a track that I always liked. With the hard brakings, I really enjoy this part of the riding style, the braking, and this track is full of hard braking. So yeah, it's funny for me to ride here. Also, the place is fantastic. The nature outside the track is amazing. So I always loved this place, and yeah, can't wait to jump on the bike again.
This track is clearly very much a stop and go in layout. Traditionally, that's not been an easy one for Aprilia. Aleix Espargaro was on the podium in the sprint here last year, but they've never had a podium in the Grand Prix. Do you think this year's bike is better suited to this type of track?
Well, honestly, I don't know how was last year's bike, so I saw that the previous years they were struggling more, but I will see. I mean, I'm open to all the kind of things that can happen. Hopefully, we can continue this positive trend that we are in since Silverstone, let's say, and yeah, I will try to work hard and. Yeah, give my all.
And as you mentioned before the summer break, Marco, you did build up some very strong momentum. Still 10 races remaining in 2025, a lot to fight for. Have you set yourselves any targets for the final part of the season?
Well, to be honest, not really. I mean, my mentality is try to continue in this way. Of course, we still have to grow a lot, and as we saw in the first half of the championship, the Ducati riders are really strong, so our target is to get closer and closer until we can fight with them every weekend. So yeah, not a specific target, just try to give our best together with the factory and try to take out the best.
Have a good weekend here in Austria, Marco. We'll come on then to Pedro Acosta. As you mentioned, Pedro, a huge weekend for Red Bull and KTM, of course, their home Grand Prix. There's going to be a lot of eyes on you this weekend because of that. I mean, do you feel any more expectation at this race because it is the factory's home round?
Well, as normal, you know, many bosses of KTM and Red Bull are around, but anyway, try to get like a normal weekend. It's true that I hope that this upgrade that KTM will bring here, we feel it, you know, because since us and we are making good races, we are normally in the top 5, and this is the target that we was finding after a hard starting of the year. For this, let's see what is going on. To be honest, no expectation. Let's try to focus in the work, start FP1, and after that, see what we can achieve.
Brno was a great weekend, the best weekend of the season so far for you, the double podium in the Czech Republic. Do you feel now that the KTM is in a position where you're going to be able to fight for the top 3 on a consistent basis?
Well, let's see, like I say, let's see how we start this weekend. I think we don't have to have any target for the rest of the season, just try to be as competitive as we can, try to be in this top 5 constantly. That I think will be okay for how far we was at the beginning of the season. You know, for this. Now it's time to have the feet in the ground, don't fly so much with the podium that we have in Brno, and start every weekend from zero.
A lot of us enjoyed the summer break, but KTM were busy working hard, as you expect they would be. They were testing in the summer break. Your teammate Brad Binder said there were quite a few updates for the bike here this weekend. What area do you hope they'll help you?
Well, at the end, we know how Aprilia improved and how Ducati are strong in these turning points. At the end, it's normally since KTM arrived to the championship where we are struggling the most for this. Let's see what is going on. It's true that we are riding quite okay now. We arrived to a good setup base, you know, and now we don't have to really change up down the bike every session, you know, for this. Now it's time to be quite calm, see where if these upgrades will help us or not, and then take a decision before Saturday.
Enjoy the weekend here, Pedro, where we've got questions from 3 very special guests coming up later on, but for the time being, we will invite questions, please, from the media. Thank you very much.
Hello here, Borja González, Dazón. Question for Marco and for Pedro. In the beginning of the season, it looked like it was like the Ducatis, we can say 5 or 6 Ducatis depending on Aldeguer, he's a rookie, and then you. But now it looks like you are always in the middle. You, Marco, fighting for the podiums, and you also, Pedro. Does this mean that you are closer to Ducati, and now the target is being closer to the leader, to Marc?
Yeah, I mean, regarding our team, our factory, we started the year in a difficult way, of course. Also the winter time was tough because I was alone together with Sava, but he was testing many other things, so it was a difficult pre-season. Then when we started to work, finally find something on the upgrades, we started to improve. It's true that we are a bit closer, but I would say that it's not always easy, you know, when there are always almost 6 or 5 other bikes that are always on top. So yeah, let's say that we are working for this and we are improving. Of course, now we can fight at least, and because the factory made a wonderful job. And as you said, yes, the target is try to reach the top, and now Marc is at the top. So yeah.
Well, in our case, we start even more difficult the start of the season, you know. But I don't know, arrive one moment that we arrive in this negative cycle, you know, that is also difficult to go away from that. And now looks like we are more calm, we are thinking more in a positive way, let's say, and we are just trying to get the maximum of our bike every weekend, you know. At the end, like you could see in Breno Spring, at the end, we are closer to Marc if he don't want to push for this. Now, we have to get the confidence back after the summer break, try if these upgrades from KTM are working, see where are working and where not, because everything that is new have a dark side that you never know. And yeah, like I say, have the feet in the ground during this second half of the season.
Hi guys, a question to all three of you. We know that this weekend there will be sort of let's say an electronic update with what they call the stability control. Obviously we've spoken to some other riders. Do you actually need it? Because it was said that it's done also because of safety. We spoke to Fabio Quartararo and he says, I don't think it's really because of safety. Is it something that you need? Does it take something away from the, let's say, the natural talent of the rider? How do you feel about this?
For me, it's clear, more things you introduce on the bike, in this case electronic, less different can make the rider. So I test this new control in Aragon and also in Malaysia test, and just it's easier to ride. You can be against the control and the bike is doing everything. So as a rider, I don't like if it's safety or no. In the end, every manufacturer have a different point of view.
Well, in our case, can help. I mean, we are working to improve, and this can help us to try to reach the other manufacturers. Of course, as Marc said, the rider can make a little bit less the difference. This is not the best, but at the end, when everyone will be at their top of the setting of everything, then the rider will make the difference again. So it's a matter of time.
Every time we are introducing more and more helps, and I think we have to go in the other way around, you know, try to remove, like we see in the new regulation in 27, you know, that we start to take out the device and all these things. I think we have to start to think also to take out these helps that we have in the bike.
Yeah, Adam Wheeler, quick question for Marc. Marc, is this actually a good track for racing?
Yes. Why?
We don't see amazing classic races here.
I mean, it's a good track for racing. For create that kind of battles, in the past was better, because now every time with the rear device, with the especially with aerodynamics that we improve a lot, affects a lot when you're riding behind somebody, because you cannot brake on the same point, you cannot turn on the same point. But in the past, as we saw, was a great fight, because there was no rear device and the effect of the aerodynamics was much less. So now we will see, but I don't think that we can have this kind of fights.
Hi, Mela Chércoles, Diario AS and Cadena Ser. Question for Marc Marquez. Hi. I know that it's very difficult, but not impossible. Would you like to have your first match point of the title in Misano?
Impossible.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Why?
I can't, but...
No, I can't. It's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible. Difficult, but no impossible.
How many points advantage means?
At this moment, 120.
No, but there.
It's possible, Marc.
For me, it's impossible. You keep your version, I keep my version.
Okay.
I would like to have a match point as soon as possible, but as soon as possible don't means I need to have this kind of rush, ambition. I mean, I need to keep the same character and the same profile I had these first races. I would try to fight for the victory every race weekend, but if I can't, let's see, in the end it doesn't matter when. The real matter is achieve it.
Thank you.
Hi, Dimitris Diatsidis from Cosmote TV Greece. A question for three of you. Bez, here.
Okay, sorry.
On Sunday, we will be a parade with fantastic bikes of the past and some legends on them. Did you show the bikes, or how do you feel about this event that it will take place before your race?
Tutti? Yeah, I didn't know. I met Casey, a sonner, and he explained me why he's here. And yeah, it's nice always to have this kind of events, to remember a bit the history, and even to the young generations that arrive here. So yeah, I like this kind of event.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's always good to see the legends from Motogp to be again at the races, especially like Stoner, that for example doesn't come many times and is a huge legend. So will be cool. Will be cool.
I think for the public it will be super nice. Also for myself, that I was not lucky to see Danny in the 1 to 5 will be super nice to see him, and you know, let's see how it smells.
Question for Marc. Hi, Marc. Sergeant
Hi.
from Arena Sport. So I know you mentioned you're not thinking too much about numbers, but obviously you were counting some numbers. You have 96 wins at the moment. 97 might be Austria. 98 might be Balaton. 99 might be Barcelona. The last man who achieved 100 victories was Vale, and Ago was ahead of him. The 100 might be Misano. Are you even thinking about those things? Because 99 Barcelona, it was Jorge against Vale. Vale won the last corner, I guess you remember. Are you even thinking about that, or just racing? I mean, number 100, there are only 2 people so far with 100 victories.
Of course, I would like to arrive to 100 victories, and I believe that if we keep doing what we are doing, we'll arrive. But I never obsess to numbers. I'm obsessed to win. Doesn't matter how much, when. So yeah, I would like to win. More races better, but championships are the most important. And the second part of the season, I cannot have the mistake to just wanna win every race, because the main target is the championship.
Just because of symbolism and everything, I just wanted to understand. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, gentlemen, it's time now for what is going to be a very special MotoGP social. I'm delighted to welcome 3 very special guests joining. It's my pleasure to welcome 3 local school children, 12-year-old Madeline Backler, and 9 years of age, Sebastian Meyer and Isabella Auinger. Welcome to all 3 of you. I hope you're enjoying your day here so far at the Rebel Ring. Our first question to all 3 riders comes from Madeline.
Hello, I'm Madeline. Does your bike have a name? If not, what would you like to call it?
I never had a name in a bikes, just baby 1, baby 2, because it's just numbers. Which name? Which is your name? Madeline? Madeline. So Madeline will be a good name for my bike.
Oh, perfect. Marco?
Yeah, actually, I do give a name to my bikes. Normally, when I join a team, I give a name to the bike and I keep this name till I stay in that team. For example, last year I gave a name, and this year I gave a new one, which is Albarosa.
Any particular reason why you got that name?
Allora, it's difficult to explain. You know, I try to take always a name. Fortunately, in Italy we have many long names, you know, and I try to take always a name that is composed by two names, because at the end is one name. Like the girlfriend normally should be one. So we have two bikes, so it's one name. But if you split the name into, is anyway two names by one, from one name. It's difficult to explain.
Pedro, what about you? Have you got names for your bikes?
Not to be honest, normally it's PA1 and PA2, because normally I don't like to have any, I don't know, any preference, you know, because normally when you crash and you have a preferred bike, it's quite difficult to jam in the other one for this. I never think I need, to be honest.
A very special honour though, Mark saying that he'll call his bike here this weekend, Madeline. So if he wins a race here on Sunday, I guess, Madeline, we can say you're also helping Mark
Only
win.
because you are so pretty, eh? And then the bike also is pretty.
He's such a gentleman, isn't he? Okay, our next question comes from Sebastian.
Hello, my name is Sebastian. What do you do before the race to keep your nerves under control?
I like to have always the same rituals, just have the same schedule, and this kind of things helps me to focus and go in a race mode.
Yeah, very similar to Mark. I try to stay with my team, try to analyze everything before the race and keep myself calm, because it's always difficult to get ready for the race. But then always the same things, always the same way to dress up myself, and yeah, this.
Normally I only put just some music, you know, try to chill a bit and don't really think what is going on, because normally in a race, like you say, the nerves are quite on.
And our last question, last but not least, it comes from Isabella.
Hello, my name is Isabella. What do you need to do become good motorcycle rider?
Nice question. I mean, of course, first of all, you need a father and mother that likes the bikes, because when I started, when I was 5 years old, I asked to them a bike, but they like and they were a big passionate, and then they give me the opportunity. Then, of course, second thing is enjoy it, and bike. I mean, you never choose which is your passion, but in my case, my passion was the bike. And then, of course, when you arrive more in a professional side, then you need to have your main priority in your life, that is racing and your work.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same. The family that supports you, but also a lot of hard work, especially when you start to become close to the World Championship or in the World Championship. Then this have to be your only reason to your life.
Yeah, I mean, you have to enjoy, and every time that you take out the helmet, have a smile behind, you know, because at the end, when you really enjoy is when you even ask the next day for your family to go again to ride, you know, for this. Maybe enjoy is the first thing, and then you can think about be professional. But
Madeline, Sebastian, Isabella, thanks for 3 fantastic questions. We really hope you enjoy your MotoGP experience here this weekend in Spielberg. For the time being, we'll ask Mark, Marco and Pedro to stand for the official photograph. Thank you, gentlemen.